talk about agriculture, what we can mention first is that in many countries, in particular those that have water problems because they are in a situation of water scarcity, 70-80% of the water resources is used for agriculture. So solutions are never simple, but going back to the SDGs, we can think that we have, when we want to assess the SDGs and the status of the SDGs, one of the indicators is about water use efficiency. So water use efficiency is indeed a big issue to be dealt with. When we try to assess water use efficiency, we try to give a value to every drop of water we use, understanding what is the value that we can get from alternative uses of water. And of course, it's not just money that led us to take the right decisions, but the economic analysis is quite important to understand which direction we should take. Indeed, we have global issues, meaning that we find similar problems, similar questions that should be asked all over the world. And eventually we go down to the local scale when we implement our actions. So the problem is a multi-scale problem that has to find solutions through the combination of multiple approaches. For example, typically resources are defined, are made available at national level, which is a sort of intermediate scale. So the answer is the problem is global, national and local. You're touching a very important open issue for research, which I think has not, didn't have so far enough effort from the scientific community. This is really something in which we have to invest more and more, which is developing our capacities to have an integrated approach and understanding of both the natural and the human dimensions of our problems. So nature, you may say climate, but when you say climate, you mean water. And of course, when you say human, you mean our society and our economies. So this is really something that has a primary importance. We have really, we say, to change our paradigms, have substantial improvement of our methodological approaches, and also of our tools. And when I say tools, I mean in particular our models, our capacity to simulate the behavior of such a complex system that we call socio-ecosystem. That could at least have a similar impact as the previous ones. We would like to talk about crisis now, and this is indeed quite difficult, I think, to be implemented because we shall find adequate strategies for communicate important messages. We should, for example, try to stay away from scary movies about possible catastrophic futures. But at the same time, we should deliver messages about how critical it is, the situation, in many different places of the world. And therefore, somebody says that we have evidences that we have entered into a new era. This is the way I think we have to interpret crisis. So going back to the very origin of the term, in ancient Greek, crisis means the time in which change, and we have to take decisions. So all these concepts are related to crisis, a change and a decision. So this is how I think we should interpret crisis, the time to take decisions.